Hey everyone, this is Wei and welcome back. Let's do another ReZero character, and this time it's gonna be Rem. So let's get started and I'll talk about the process along the way. Alright, so let's draw Rem here, and this one's I guess a little bit easier because she's only got one eye and the other one's covered up by hair. So in terms of bounding box with this one, you can sketch in like the overall head first, but I'm not gonna go that big for now. Let me concentrate on the face because everything else is kind of, you can always fill it in, so it's a little bit easier. So let's just start out. Let's say this is the top of our eye right here, and I'm gonna try to find the shape here. And it's symmetrical, and then let's say this would be her hair coming down right here, kind of that angle. And then this would go up. So I'm just trying to find any kind of, some ways of measuring, right? I mean, that's really the whole process of drawing. So I'm trying to find this box. Okay, and then let's say, okay, we can actually go around. Yeah, we can do something like this if you want. Just kind of give yourself a little bit more things to check out proportion with. But the reason I don't really care much about this is because once we have the face, we can fill in the hair, and the head, the eye obviously is a lot more important than the hair. So all right, so let's go with this and let's see if this is close. I think it's kind of there. All right, so let's see eye right here, and the bottom of the eye kind of touches her same line of her hair right here, so we know it stops right here. Okay, and then pupil, right? So let's see. Let's say I don't shade this for now. Let me put in. I know it looks really creepy, but yeah, the eyes always look really creepy if you don't shade it. All right, so here's her nose, right in the center, and then coming down, kind of like double the distance of this. That's where her mouth is. So it's probably something like that. So you can see I've got the bounding box a little bit too low, but I can adjust for that now. Okay, so I wish I could be more accurate with this kind of stuff, but it just takes practice. And you can see that I'm off, but I can adjust for it, right? So once you start drawing, then you have more and more stuff to work with. Okay, so here's a highlight. I'm gonna just circle that, and then let's shade his eye so it doesn't look so creepy because it's really disturbing. All right, so this is dark part here. This is curvature here. So just getting back to what I was saying, the more stuff you draw in eventually, then the more things you can check it on. And then that's when you see that things are off. And if you can't see that it's off, then it just takes time because, again, that's something you need to develop with your eyes so that you can actually see proportions and when things are crooked and things like that. So that's a big part of drawing and actually doing art in general. So don't worry, if you can't do it now, eventually you will be able to, because it just takes a lot of practice. You'll eventually be able to train your eye to see those discrepancies and see the relationships. That's why I always talk about that in my drawings, in my other portrait drawings, because that's really, really important. And it's something that you're gonna develop over time. So don't kill yourself over it. Okay, so now it looks a lot better, right? All right, so now it's actually starting to look like it's kind of cute. All right, so then her mouth, all right, yeah, not too bad. Let's give it a little blush right there. Then let's outline her face a little bit more. A little bit sharp. Again, ear, let's do a placement for ear, right around there. And then we can just connect those 2 points like that. All right, and then the hair, well actually no, let me do the neck a little bit. Yeah, it feels a little bit better. It's kind of like just floating there. So here's a hairline, All right, so here, all right, so now we can rough in this hair. Her hair is almost like a ball. So I'm gonna sketch out this whole shape, and it's kind of like, it's not like a ball. It's a little bit longer, so it's almost like an egg shape, but it's actually pretty full, pretty round. So maybe something like that, right? So, all right, so here we can do this, coming down, down. Then she's got all these stuff right here. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then here's a little, I guess it's a maid outfit, right? Okay, so let's see the hair. Yeah, that's the important thing. So with the hair, you know, again, try to keep the strokes long and loose. Just kind of flick it up, right? Just kind of follow the curvature and just go up. All right. So I guess it ends right there. We can actually draw that. Okay, so it's very round. You can do it with multiple strokes, is okay, because since it's, you know, it's very hard to do one round, nice, you know, round curvature with one stroke. So with the shorter stuff I can do it, but not the big ones. All right. All right, so there's an X right here. And let's see. All right, let's draw it. I don't like repeating stuff, but I guess kind of have to in this case. This is a little bit less exciting watching this, right? Just repeating. Okay, and then okay, one more. Okay, then yeah, this stuff here. Kind of really test your patience, I guess. I mean, that's one reason I kind of don't like drawing anime, but I do like, you know, the characters, and because this is what I used to do when I was a lot younger. I used to love drawing anime stuff. All right, but the line work and not a lot of shading, and sometimes I miss the shading. So, all right, so I think yeah, it kind of looks like her. So actually, yeah, let me do some shading on this, because especially with her hair, if I shade it, kind of like cell shade it, it'll bring out her features, right? It's like right here, you see how messy this thing is, because it's just like, it's just line work, and there's no, you know, value to these shapes, so everything gets lost. But the minute I start shading, like even on the neck right here, then things becomes, I would say, a lot more three-dimensional. All right, so even simple things like that, I can actually darken this part up here, and that'll bring out her face. All right. So now when you look at this part, it's very clear, right? I mean, there's a distinction in it. So, all right. So even here, if I want to shade it, something like that. I mean, I know I'm going off the drawing a little bit, but just kind of show you, you know, little things, little shading tricks to make it a little bit more lively. All right, so this would be my rim. All right, let's do one more, since this is a really cute photo of drawing of rim. So this one is like a ball, right? So I'm just gonna, and this is gonna be quick. I just want to do it because it's so cute. All right, so it's her whole head. I'm doing it with her whole head. I'm just drawing that, and then let's divide it up. It looks like her eyebrow is right around the halfway point, maybe slightly lower. So eyebrow is somewhere right here. Okay, so we're gonna cut this circle up. Looks like her eye will probably be right around here. Her nose and the mouth. They're very, yeah, it's really kind of like it's a little, I guess kind of like a kid's drawing, right? I mean, when she was a kid. So the proportions are a lot more drastic. All right, so let's see if I can make this look cute. This is gonna be fairly rough. And I'm using a 6B, so I'm able to shade it a lot quicker. All right, so that's one. Let's do the other side. It's pretty much symmetrical, so. All right, highlight, pupil, dark, another highlight. This needs to curve in. Totally missed that shape. All right, and then her eyebrow, let's see, kind of slanting down. Okay, so, well, definitely very cute eyes. This one should probably be a little bit wider. Yeah, cool style. Like the style on this series. Okay, mouth very small, and then we're gonna refine the chin line. And this is, you know, a little bit more delicate, obviously, because it's a very simple but symmetrical curve. It's actually very difficult. Gotta turn my body a little bit. All right. So now that we have this, and it looks like, okay, the head shape's okay. Probably got it kind of squished down a little bit, but let's just go with it. Here's the hair coming down here. Let's see, one grouping here, major grouping in the center right here. Let's do that. Let's do some guidelines first before I start hitting those lines harder. All right, so this would be like this. And this would be, let's see, the center one here, 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 here. Connect that. Then this one here, again, flickering, you know, kind of like very long. So you get a nice curvature, nice clean curvature. Hair, neck. Some more hair, let's see, one more. Yeah, I definitely made it a little bit too squished. It looks like, all right, it looks really weird now. So, definitely messed up on the whole circle thing. I mean, it should go up. All right, so anyway, X, and then here's a little big, whatever shapes, decoration on the hair. I'll just do that. Okay, some loose strands right here. Makes it a little bit cuter. Just kind of squash. Give a little blush. Then her neck, let's make her neck a little bit darker so we can bring out her face. Okay, so this would be, I guess, a cuter version of her, a younger version. Alright, so that's it for video on Rem, and I hope you guys like this, and if you do, please do give me a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.